Welcome everyone to the program this week. As you can see, during the week I learned how to turn my camera around very smoothly. So I'm taking advantage of my knowledge so that I can say hello to you all. It's wonderful to be here with you again today. I know many of you I have met, even more of you I have spoken to, and I truly enjoy being able to meditate together. Now tonight we are meditating on the mantras of the Sahasrara. These are very powerful mantras for our meditation. They invite the Kundalini to come up more strongly. They open the Sahasrara more, and they give us a strong connection to the divine power. They also recognize Shri Mataji and her place at the Sahasrara. Now, my own experience with mantras started very early. I was introduced to mantras maybe a couple of weeks after I got my realization, and I found that they had a profound effect on my meditation. However, in Sahaja Yoga, we are all our own gurus, and you may find the same as what I did. However, you may find that you are able to go into meditation through music, or listening to Shri Mataji's words, or by praying for the qualities on each of the chakras, or perhaps a combination. So tonight in this program, we're going to combine all, and I hope you enjoy. So before we start, I'm going to turn around the camera, and I will see you again at the end. So let us start by raising our Kundalini and putting on our bandhan. Now, before we start our meditation, just to let you know that we will be using also the mantras for the Muladhara, and which some of you may know. If you don't know them, you can just listen and they will still have an effect on your chakras. For the Sahasrara mantras, we will place them on the screen so you can sing along or simply just listen in meditation, whatever works best for you. So let us start by placing our hands on the Mother Earth. The Mother Earth has her own intelligence and recognizes a realized soul. So here we can pray to her. Dear Mother Earth, please take away any heaviness or heat that disturbs our meditation. Please take us into balance as you are balanced. Please give us gravity, generosity, forbearance. Dear Mother Earth, we humbly thank you for all the blessings you give us. We're now going to place our attention on the Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. The Muladhara chakra is made of the earth element. Shri Ganesha is the ruler of the Muladhara chakra, but he also resides on all the chakras. So here we can pray. Shri Ganesha, please support the ascent of the Kundalini through all my chakras. Please give me the wisdom to please you. And here we can say one mantra to the ruler of the Muladhara, Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We can now place our left hand on the liver to the right of the stomach. The liver is the seat of our attention. So here we can pray. Shri Mataji, please cool down my attention so that I can rise above all distractions, so I can keep my attention on the Spirit. We can place our left hand back in our lap and put our right hand on our heart. There is a direct connection between the heart and the Sahasrara. When our heart is open, our Sahasrara is open. When our Sahasrara is open, our heart is open. In the heart resides the reflection of God as the Spirit and the Mother as love. So here we can remind ourselves of who we are. I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. I am pure, never aging, never changing. I am love and compassion. I am the pure reflection of God. I am silence, bliss, peace, and truth. And here we can also say, I am Shiva. I am Shiva. I am Shiva, which simply means I am the Spirit. We can now take our attention to the Sahasrara. At the Sahasrara is the seat of Sri Sadashiva. Is the seat of the Father within us, and his power, the Adi Shakti. Here we keep our attention at this place, where there is no thought, no ego, no conditioning, just a pure connection to the divine. With our attention at the Sahasrara, we can say or listen to the mantras of the Sahasrara.
Shri Sahasrara Moksha Pradayini Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah.
Let us keep our attention at Sahasrara. When we are at Sahasrara, there is no thought, there is no fear, there is no worry. When there is no thought, our Kundalini works without obstruction to clear and balance us. When there is no thought, we are at our most powerful. Keeping our attention at Sahasrara, we are now going to listen to Shri Mataji's talk. In this talk, she speaks of the challenges of modern times, the significance of her advent, and the importance of love. Always love.
Last night was the night of complete darkness, that they call it as Amavasya. And just now only the first phase of the moon has started. Today we are here to celebrate the day when Sahasrara was opened out. Also, you have seen in the photograph, it was actually a photograph of my brain which showed how the Sahasrara was opened out. The light of now could be photographed. It's something great these modern times have done. So the modern times have brought a lot of things which can prove the existence of the divine. Also, it can prove about me. It can convince you what I am. This is very important because in the modern times, this advent has to be recognized, has to be fully recognized. This is one of the conditions for all the Sahaja Yogis. Now let's see what's happening in the modern times, in the brains of the people. In the brains of the people today, if you see, there is an attack on the Sahasrara. There has been an attack since long, but in the modern times is the worst time. That they are trying to make the limbic area very insensitive. Very depressive novels, very depressive thoughts, and very depressive music, you can say like Greek tragedy nonsense. All these things came from the medieval period, till we should say this new age has started. That one itself was no good for our limbic area. That made us very depressive. We took to alcoholism to escape from the so-called miseries. But then came this modern age, in which people became overactive. Overactivity started. With that, the brain also became overactive. In addition to the dullness before, it's gone to the other extreme of overactivity. So to dull it again, they took to drugs. They took to very horrible music. That's how they made this limbic area very, very insensitive. So a drug which was just a stimulus to begin with was to be taken in greater quantity. Later on, they had to take the drugs which were of a much more severe nature. Went on like that, and now we know that this drug is the only way people think they can survive. Why? Because of the tension they talk of. In the modern times, we have something called tensions. It was never there before. People never talked of their tensions. Now everybody says, I'm in a tension. You give me attention. What is this tension? It's because of my advent. The limbic area wants to know about me. And the Kundalini also, as Sahaja Yoga is increasing, is trying to rise in people. Because you become the channels. Wherever you go, you generate vibrations, and these vibrations give a challenge to the Kundalini or a message. And in various people it rises. It may not rise up to the Sahasrara, or it may even rise up to Sahasrara, but it falls back because there's no recognition. So every time they do something, this Kundalini comes up and gives them a pressure because their Sahasrara is not open. It's a closed door. Because of the closed door, this gives them a kind of a pressure in the head, which they don't understand, and they call it as tension. Actually, the Kundalini is trying to push it out self, but it cannot. And those also who get their realization, if they do not make their Sahasrara all right, they go on getting into tensions. So, though Sahasrara has been opened out so many years back, still we have some things to be done, is to clear out our Sahasrara first of all. So first is the breaking of the Sahasrara. Then, one, it opened out, the Brahmarandra opened out. Then we started feeling the grace, and it moved onto our Ida and Pingala, the grace, not the Kundalini. And the grace, which is Chaitanya all round, swooped down our left and right side, by which our chakras opened more, and more threads of the Kundalini started piercing through. So I always tell Sajogis that it's important that you must meditate. If your Sahasrara is all right, all your chakras will be all right. Because as you know that the pithas, or the controlling centers of all these chakras, are in the brain, around the limbic area. So if your Sahasrara is clear, everything works out in a very different way. How to keep the Sahasrara all right is the big problem always people ask me. You know that I reside in the Sahasrara. I've incarnated on the lotus of 1,000 petals. That's why I could break it also. As I am today, as you see me, of course, they say Sahasrare Mahamaya. So this is the illusion which is all the time there for you, which is very elusive. It had to be that way because you could not have faced me otherwise with all the lights coming out of me, or the way you saw yesterday, Sahasrara, some sort of a abstract colors thrown on all sides and the lights thrown outside. Please don't take photograph when I'm speaking, all right? You can take later on. There's no hurry about it. Just pay attention to my lecture. Please pay attention. It's important. It is to be told beforehand that nobody should take photographs during puja, because it is a very intense thing, one has to work it out. Please pay attention. Even if you don't understand, it has effect on you. So I would request you to pay full attention to me when I'm talking. It works better. Now this Sahasrara is to be looked after by you. It's the temple of your mother. When you say you put me in the heart, actually you put me in the Sahasrara. Because, as you know, the Brahmarandra here is the fontanelle bone area, has got the pitha, the center, which controls the heart, which is the seat of the Sadashiva, or you can say of Shiva. So when you put me in the heart, actually you put me there. So to raise it from heart to there, or to bring it from there to the heart, is the problem of two types of people. Some people who are sensitive in their heart. I would say in Europe we can say Italians are very sensitive on their heart. The first thing they do as soon as they see me, they put their hands to their heart. And that is what it is, that if you try to feel me in your heart, to begin with, it's much easier. To feel me in your heart. Now you might say how to do it. You have to love me as I love you. You have to love each one of yourself because you are all within me. And you cannot teach someone how to love. Love is within. And love manifests. If just you open your heart. Now what stops it? We should examine that. Firstly, the conditioning. In the West, see, to express your love is regarded sinful, actually. It takes them time to say, I love you. But I hate you, even a child would go on saying, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. But to hate someone is sinful. To anyone, to hate is sinful. So to say that I hate you is a sinful act. So what one has to do is to say, go on saying, I love you. After all, you must love a person who is so dear to you. Anyone who has done something good for you, you love that person. But if the Adi Shakti herself has given you the rebirth, it should be the easiest thing to love. And if she says that they are all within my body, so it should be even easier to love each other. So the whole cleansing of the Sahasrara is done through this love. This love which is not conditioned, which is not inhibited, which doesn't want any respite, or doesn't want any return, nirvaj.
Let us now place our right hand on the heart once more. Mother, please come in my heart. Let me clean my heart so that you are there. Put your love into my heart. Let your love be worshipped in my heart. Let me not be in delusion. Take me away from illusions. Keep me in reality. Take away the sheen of superficiality. Let me enjoy your love in my heart. Let me see your love in my heart. In Sahaja Yoga, we must always remember the importance of our heart. We cannot understand the divine through our brain. As soon as we try, we need to know that we are on the wrong path. It is only in our heart that we can know ourselves and the divine. We can raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan. For those who would like to continue to meditate, tonight we leave you with a beautiful Marathi song, sung in the presence of Shri Mataji in Queensland in 1990. The title is translated as "When we belong to God, what is there to fear?" Thank you everyone for joining us. Good night.
याच्यामध्ये काय की जरा जास्त फास्ट नाही काय
Marathi 4. Do you have this book? I may share a secret with you that our parents used to sit in the evening and my mother used to play the harmonium and my father used to take the tabla and used to get hold of all our children, and this was one of the favorite hymns of our parents, and so is it the favorite.
This is from the hymn book.
Hymn book.
Marathi hymn book.
It means that where is the fear if God is with you? And when God is with you, where can there be fear? That is the meaning.
Tsare, the Marathi pronunciation. Tsa. It's S with it. Tsa. It's a special thing. Jatsa is a no. Jatsa. Tsa is to say. Like it's only in I've seen in Chinese language they have this tsa, tsukum. And when I started saying, they were surprised how I could say is the word tsa, because they said nobody can say that. Tsa is a little of S with a ch. So tsa. Can you say? Pushing your tongue on the teeth. Tsa. Yeah, tsa. Like that.